What's up, guys? Brada Tats here, and today is Friday. I am actually off. Don't mind the mess in the back. I just did laundry, so that's why it's hanging because I haven't put it away yet. Anyways, I was at work, and one of my friends, my really good friends, she runs an online auction of sorts, and I kind of, volunteered her to get me some lunch, and I didn't get to eat it at work because my friends Kamua and Kale Timotea, the Polly Dollies of 808 Viral, they actually brought me brunch today when they came to visit me. So I am so full and I am so blessed with my friends Loke, Kamua, and Kale for bringing me all this mea ai today. Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. Thank you guys. If you guys are on Facebook, check out both of their auctions. I believe the Timotea sisters, the Polly Dollies, their show is every Friday, I believe, 6:30, their auction. And Loke, her show is on Saturday in the morning around 10:30. And she has another one for Color Street during the week. I'm just not exactly sure when. I believe it was yesterday, so Thursdays. I'm not sure though. Anyways, so my sister Loke, she brought me, I told her chicken tenders only because I never eat anything with bones in it because I'm gonna be at work, and I just thought it was gonna be too messy to be eating at work. So I decided to have her just bring me boneless chicken tenders right over here. And then she was like, what else do you want? And so I ate the coleslaw earlier. It was totally not the best. I think KFC still has better coleslaw. And then, mind you, I gave her 20 bucks because I said just spend $20 worth of food. So she got me $20 worth of chicken tenders. She also got me dirty rice, but I don't have a fork right now, so I'm not going to eat it. But there's tons of chicken tenders because it was 2 boxes of chicken tenders, actually. And then she got me three ranch sauce and 3 barbecue. So with that said, and 1 biscuit. I asked her for biscuits. I got 1. Thank you, Loke. Thank you. I really appreciate you. So anyways, time to start this mukbang. Let's eat. I know I'm not using my usual setup right now. I'm kind of rearranging my living room right now, so that's why it's kind of all over the place. But just bear with me. There you go. Little barbecue. So I figured in honor of Halloween, Day of the Dead, I figure let's talk about ghost stories. So oh, I'm gonna start it off. After I eat this first piece. Wow. Okay, so as some of you may know, I used to do the ghost tours here on this island, Oahu Ghost Tour. And I used to do the driving tour. I used to do the walking tour. And so when we would do the tour, basically the Orbs tour was the driving tour. That's the one where we would drive around the island and basically take pictures, and people's phones all of a sudden from driving to all these locations looking for orbs and stuff, their phone would get drained. So whenever whenever I would start my tours, I would always chat right before, just asking permission for nothing to follow us home. Now, here's the thing. I don't really mess with that kind of stuff to begin with anyways. But, and the ghost tour wasn't meant to scare people. It was meant to inform people of our local legends. Actually, on the 31st, I'm taking one of my friends and his girlfriend on a ghost tour because they've always been wanting to do the ghost tour. So I'm going to take them on the one that I used to do. And so this chicken is so good, guys. There would be one tour, right, where we would go to the heiau in Kailua. A heiau is kind of like a formation of rocks to look like a temple. Sorry, I'm kind of sick because Josh Dimples, you got me sick. And I hope he feels better because he was actually out of work today. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh my God, I lost my train of thought. There was one, oh yeah, the heiau in Kailua. It's a type of ancient Hawaiian temple, mounds and mounds of rocks. Well, there was a little bridge. It's by the YMCA, okay? And basically, you had to cross this little bridge to get on top the mound. Well, we had one lady who was completely disrespectful, let's say. Because what she did was she climbed up on the mound. And so when she climbed on the mound, we told her, no, you can't go over there. It's kapu. Kapu means forbidden. She went anyways. Nothing's going to happen to me, So she went running to the middle of the mound. And so, of course, nothing happened until she went back home on the mainland where she's from. She got really sick. Okay. From her knees down, she was always sore. She couldn't figure out what was going on. So she went to several doctors and they couldn't figure out why she was constantly sick, and her ankles were hurting and her legs and all that. Went through several specialists. They couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. Mind you, this is what we call haole here in Hawaii. Haole, for the betterment of the word, means lack of culture. It's not a derogatory word. It depends on how you use it in a sentence. Okay. So, long story short, she went through several different different specialists, and they couldn't figure out why she was constantly sick. So there was a kahuna, or a type of witch doctor, not really a witch doctor, but a spiritual healer here in Hawaii. Well, basically, there was one on the mainland. She did her research. When the kahuna saw her, okay, check this out. When the kahuna saw her, he scanned her body, and he said, "Were you anywhere that you weren't supposed to be, or like anywhere that you were forbidden when you went on your trip to Hawaii?" Because she had mentioned that she went on her trip to Hawaii. So what ended up happening was, she goes, "Yeah, I went on a ghost tour, and I ended up climbing on these mounds of rocks." And she goes, "Where were these rocks?" She goes, "In Kailua, by the YMCA." And she goes, "That's a heiau." And so the kahuna goes, "Did you climb up, or did you touch any of the rocks or anything like that?" She goes, "Yeah, I crossed the bridge and I climbed up on it." I didn't believe anything that the guides were trying to say, and I wanted to take a closer look. Sure enough, as the kahuna was scanning her body, her kino, he could see visions of ancient, I guess you want to say kanaka, people or ancestors, kupuna, that have passed on. And they were grasping onto her legs, holding her down. And mind you, I told you earlier, from her knees down, it was in constant pain. She was constantly sick. She couldn't figure it out. So because she climbed up on those stones, what you have to understand is, these stones, ancient Hawaiians would put them all together to make like a formation, okay? But wherever these stones lay, as you were building, and if you were underneath the chief, and if you died, your bones were buried within those stones. So not only is it an altar, but it's a resting place for a lot of, our kupuna. There's bones within the stones, and she failed to realize that, So, yeah, just one thing. Here in Hawaii, like, our culture and everything is really primal still, and it's still alive and well. And although it's an older culture, we're the youngest of the U.S., you know what I mean? Because our land is still growing to this day. So there's a lot of activity here. Do you guys have any ghost stories, or any tales that you guys would like to share? I'd love to hear it. I'm gonna drink it. Wow. It's so good, guys. Okay, don't fall. Oh, man. So we're still kind of, if you don't know, if you didn't watch my recent vlog / mukbang, we lost our puppy the other day. Well, he's not really a puppy. He was 5 years old, but to us, he was our baby. And yeah, still kind of recovering from that. Really missing my dog right now. Although we have another one, this is the son over here. Nothing's ever gonna compare to Batman. Okay, so I remember when I was younger, I want to say I was out of the military already, and I was living in Hawaii the first time. I moved back to California to live with my mom a little after my father had passed away. So I brought my dog with me. Not the one I have now, but my dog then. His name was Kainoa. No, Okalani. Kainoa is my cat. So, what ended up happening was, my dog was so sensitive. And we had this photo of my dad on top of the piano in the living room. And what ended up happening was, I was in the kitchen. The only thing separating me from being in the living room is this wall. And then over here is like the kitchen, the stove and everything. Over here, there's no wall. There used to be one, but it kind of opened up into the dining room / the living room, okay? So, my dog, I was holding him in my lap. He jumps off my lap, runs straight to the backyard where my dad used to work. Mind you, it's at night. I want to say 10, 11 o'clock at night. This crazy dog, okay, runs to the backyard and is kind of going like this at the window. And my dad used to love being in the backyard. He used to do a lot of yard work and everything, and that was his zen. Like, he loved gardening and stuff like that. Okay, tell me why. Right after that, my dog runs to the piano and looks up at my photo, my dad's photo, on top of the piano. Okay? So, my dad's photo is there. The dog's looking up. Next thing I know, my dog is barking at the photo. My mom is down the hallway in her bedroom with the door closed. And I'm yelling, "Mom! Dad's messing with me." But I was swearing a little bit. "Dad's effing with me." She was cracking up. Because my dad has always been a jokester. I knew it was him. Okay. I knew it was him. I said, "Dad, I love you. I don't want to see you. Because I can't handle seeing spirits or anything like that. My third eye is really open. It sounds kind of crazy, but trust, I can see stuff." Okay. So I'm over watching in the kitchen. So I turn on the light in the hallway. I go to my bedroom. And my mom didn't think I was going to move back to California. So what ended up happening was I was sleeping in an empty room. There was nothing in there. No bed, no cot, no pillows, no nothing, right? So I had to sleep on the floor in a sleeping bag. That's fine. Whatever. I can sleep anywhere. I'm a Marine. I can live and sleep anywhere. So what ended up happening was my dog, okay, we were getting ready for bed, and it's nighttime already. It's dark in the bedroom. He's laying in my arm right here on his back because he was part human. I swear to God, every dog that I've ever gotten, they're kind of like part human because they sleep on their back like this. Well, they're sleeping in my armpit like they're cuddling, you know what I mean? So they're laying down. Next thing I know, I want to say it's about 2 or 3 in the morning, the witching hour, you know? My dog jumps up, runs around me. Hi, Shan. Kia ora. My dog runs around the sleeping bag, okay? Runs towards the door, okay? My feet are like diagonal from the door. And I'm sleeping maybe feet away from the door, okay? Now, check this out. This is where it gets trippy. My dog starts barking at the door. Seconds after my dog is barking at the door, because there's a hallway right outside my room. You know, you can hear everything that's going on, whether it be footsteps or whatnot. So I don't know if it's coincidence, if it was the house settling or whatnot, but it was dead quiet. No sound whatsoever, okay? So tell me why, after my dog is barking at the door, okay, seconds later, you hear the floor creaking. E, 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 E. Right outside my door. I froze. Literally froze, okay? And I was like, wow, that is the most scariest thing, like, ever. And I had a feeling it was my dad. 2, 3 in the morning. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like it was a bad presence, but I knew it was of a presence, okay? And my dad had just passed away, and I haven't been home. And I know he was making his presence known. So, and with me, he would always mess around with me, okay? Lastly, this last story that I have. Basically, I was a teenager at the time, and so I was sleeping in my room because I went to high school in California. Sleeping in my room. I want to say I was 19. Okay? Sleeping in my bed. I'm awoken from my sleep maybe about 1:30 in the morning. I have a really bad dream. What it was, I don't remember. Okay? But it's bad enough for me to want to go to my mom's room and sleep with them. Do you remember doing that as a kid? Whenever you had a bad dream, you'd run to your parents' room and sleep with them. So mind you, I'm an adult. I wake up my mom, and I said, I had a bad dream. Can I sleep with you guys? Mind you, my little sister, she was already sleeping between my parents, okay? My dad was alive at this time. So, you know, old-ass teenager me, I had to sleep on the floor. My parents' bed is right here. I'm sleeping on the floor. Bathroom's right there. And then my mom has this black dresser. And she's half Filipino, okay? So she has these, what we call in Tagalog, puon, which is like religious artifacts or religious statues, okay? Mother Mary, Joseph, Jesus, everything. Crosses. Okay. And then they have the Santo Niño with the really velvet garb that comes like this. If you guys are Filipino, you'll know what I'm talking about. or even Spanish. You'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, so anyways, I'm sleeping on the floor with that right in front of me. And my mom has a square wooden photo that lights up in the back of Mother Mary holding the infant Jesus, okay? It was right above me, okay? On the wall, above all these statues. So tell me why. I start to fall asleep, okay? I start to fall asleep. And as I fall asleep, I wake up, I don't know, maybe 20, 30, 40 minutes, maybe even later. And when I wake up, I have this pressure of this entity or something sitting on my chest. And I'm frozen like this. And I'm looking out the corner of my eye because I can't move now. This sleep paralysis definitely has me. And here in Hawaii, they call it the choking ghost. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've had it a lot growing up. Tell me why. As I'm looking out the corner of my eye and I'm struggling to wake up, that Mother Mary photo that I was telling you and all the statues with it, the eyes were looking down at me. I was like piercing right through my soul, as if I was like, they were mad at me, you know? And I was like, this must be a sign. I don't know what's going on. I'm totally freaking out and I'm struggling to wake up, but I can't. So I slowly close my eyes, right? And as I slowly close my eyes, I wake up and that pressure on my chest gone. But I still didn't feel like I was alone. Especially like growing up when I was a child. I remember always wanting to go over to my grandparents' house. And whenever someone in your family would pass away, they would make their presence known. So, tell me why I'm sleeping sound asleep. My grandfather, my mom's father, had passed away. And I'm sleeping, deep sleep at my grandparents' house, okay? Tell me why in the morning, in certain spots of my body, either on my legs or on my arms, I'd find tiny pinch bruises, but I didn't feel a thing in the middle of the night. And for me, that's how I know they were making their presence known. Although I have been known to sleepwalk, my grandparents said I wasn't sleepwalking that night. I don't know, it's just kind of weird. And my cousins have gone through that too. Last story, and then I'm going to end this mukbang. This bread is so hard to swallow. I have nothing to drink. So, what story should I bring up? I just had it right on the tip of my tongue. I completely forgot what it was. I don't remember. What was the ghost story? So, family members would come in the middle of the night. They would pinch us. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad. Um, I got stories for days, girl. You don't even know. Um, trying to think. What else? I know I have tons of other ghost stories, but this one was really prominent, and I can't remember right off the tip of my tongue. I can't remember what it was now. Um, okay, so I got another one. This was when we were living at Buddha's grandfather's farmland, and so me and Buddha were sleeping together in one bed. There were twin beds, mind you. I'm a big boy, okay? So that's not very much bed. And me and him were sharing the same bed. And then his cousin and her girlfriend, lesbian couple, they were sleeping in the other bed across from us, okay? That's how tight we were. So anyways, we're sleeping. I want to say it's about 2:30 in the morning, okay? And the fan blades, you know those big fans on the stands? That just looked awkward. Anyways, those big fan blade fans, I literally heard it slow down. Mind you, everyone's asleep at this time, okay? And I heard the fan blades as if it was in slow motion, and I could hear the fan blades go whoa, 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 whoa. Next thing I hear, okay, and I don't know if it's just me because I'm half awake and I'm struggling to wake up at this point. If you think about all the stories that I've told you, a lot of them I've been struggling to wake up, okay? Within that white noise of that fan blade, I hear, "I'm coming for you." Okay? And mind you, I'm struggling to wake up at this point, okay? I can't get up. Finally, I wake up. And I'm sitting there sweating. And I'm looking at Buddha. He's still sleeping. And the cousins are still sleeping, okay? So I'm sitting there just trying to analyze the whole situation of, like, what is really going on right now? Like, what is going on? What did I just experience? Is this even for real? Am I alive? Am I awake? Am I dead? What's going on, you know? So as I come to, you know, I'm fully awake at this point. I'm just sitting there in the dark, just looking around. Okay, whatever. So I'm like, okay, it was probably just my imagination. So as I'm falling asleep, slowly falling asleep, because I can still see out of my eyes, okay? That's how I know I was starting to fall asleep. I hear the fan blades again. And mind you, the first breath was, "I'm coming for you," right? Second time, "I'm going to get you." Heavy, breathy voice. And I'm struggling to wake up again. Finally woke up, and I didn't fall back asleep until it was daylight. I just couldn't anymore. Now, mind you, nothing came for me that night. But there was something that was there. You know what I mean? There was something about that land that was there. And if you guys want to hear more about those stories, leave it in the comments below, and I'll tell you in my next mukbang what other stories happened on that farmland, Buddha's grandfather's farmland. This is the end of this mukbang, guys. I'm so glad you guys joined me on this mukbang. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment below, hit that notification button right over there. That way you guys know when I'm signing on live. Also, add me on all your social media, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Flippergram, Instagram, Autograms, Bradatats or Bradatats Life, BRADDAHTATZLYFE. That way, if you guys want to ask me questions, suggest places for me to eat, or if you guys want to do a mukbang with me and you're out here in Oahu, hit me up. And with that said, remember, to go back in the past is the first step forward. Remember your roots. Remember where you came from. Until then, we are Pow. And Pow.